This is the 1209 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central, calling at Harrow and Wealdstone, Bushey, Watford Junction, King's Langley, Apsley, Hemel Hempstead, Berkhamsted, Tring, Cheddington, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley, and finally Milton Keynes Central. This train's formed of 4 carriages today. Please note, Oyster and contactless pay-as-you-go cards or devices are only valid as far as Watford Junction. Anyone attempting to use Oyster or contactless after Watford Junction may have to purchase a new ticket or may be liable to pay a penalty fare of £100 plus the price of a ticket. But from the end of the year, contactless, not Oyster, however, will be valid as far as Bletchley. Oyster, however, will still be valid as far as Watford Junction. Next stop will be Harrow and Wealdstone. Change for London Underground, Bakerloo line, London Overground, and also for southern services towards Clapham Junction and East Croydon. However, they only continue to East Croydon on Mondays to Fridays, only going as far as Clapham Junction on Saturdays and Sundays.
Say one bar gets smashed, the bar is to move it, moves 90% of the app to one bar, and if you want to do just a small zones, so that's what you can do. I will do those. Yeah, when you
Good thing I'm doing this in the day now, because when I did it on the 7:30 it was dark. Also, the 7:30s only operate on Mondays to Fridays during early mornings and late evenings. Thankfully to Milton Keynes now, but I may not do a 7:30 to Milton Keynes until maybe the new year, I think. 16:39 to Milton Keynes, already done that on a 319 before. Could do it again. And also again once the 5-car 7:30.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. We will be calling at Harrow and Wealdstone, Bushey, Watford Junction, King's Langley, Apsley, Hemel Hempstead, Berkhamsted, Tring, Cheddington, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley, and Milton Keynes Central.
The next stop will be Harrow and Wealdstone. Either way, same style announcements on the 7:30s as on the 350s. 319s have train effects, passenger information system. 350s, Siemens. 7:30s, Televich, which is the same as other adventurers. Capacities including Mark 5 carriages on the Caledonian Sleeper and the soon-to-be withdrawn Transpennine Express Nova 3s, and also on the Flirts with Transport for Wales and Greater Anglia, and on the 777s with Merseyrail. Hemel Hempstead. The 150s as well as the now withdrawn 230s that are operating, or 230s did operate on the Marston Vale line. Both 150s and 230s have the train effects passenger information system like on the 319s. Queen's Park. There's also a station in the Glasgow area named Queen's Park. Thankfully, the 1972 stock trains are getting dot matrix displays, being refurbished on the Bakerloo line. Like the terrible 1992 stock on the boiling hot Central line, and maybe the Waterloo and City line as well. Not sure if the Waterloo and City line 1992 stock needs refurbishment as well, because it's only a short journey between Waterloo and Bank. Sadly, the 1973 stock will be withdrawn from the Piccadilly line. Hello Wealdstone Junction. 710264 is having a rest today. And another 710 in the background. Just making the most out of almost everything in the London area, because I may move out of London. Not sure when exactly, but it will happen some point during 2024. Harlesden, and over there in the distance is Wembley Stadium. We'll pass through Wembley Yard, where 321s are still waiting to go to scrap or another operator. Please don't send them to scrap. The Renatus units were lovely. Lovely motors, the exact same as the South Western Railway Class 455s. There's also some Class 777s that will be delivered to Merseyrail. Maybe the Renatus units could go to ScotRail to replace their existing fleet of 320s and change the Renatus 321s to 320s. 377-707 going to East Croydon. Not a proper 707, it's better than the 707s. Exact same quite ironing boards. Hello Renatus and 777s. Goodbye Renatus, I miss you already. Goodbye 777s, love you, see you at Merseyrail when all the 507s, 508s are eventually withdrawn and scrapped, all of them. I mean, I've already done the 507 and 508s, all Merseyrail routes. No need to do the 507 and 508s ever again. I'll only do Merseyrail again on 777 all routes. When monitor CCTV and any misuse of the emergency button may result in a £1,000 fine. If you have missed your stop, speak to the conductor for guidance. We're now going through Wembley Central. London Northwestern Railway used to stop here. It's only the once hourly Southern service to East Croydon that stops at Wembley Central. Used to go to Milton Keynes Central until the 455s were withdrawn in May 2022. Southern have about 20 dual voltage units. The main issue is that they are needed on services in and out of London Bridge and Victoria since the withdrawal of the 455s. Since then, no proper replacement has ever been ordered for the withdraw for the 455s and 313s that were withdrawn. Shit decision, I know. To withdraw train types without and before introducing a proper replacement. East Midlands Railway withdrew the HST fleet in 2021 before the 810 Aurora fleet entered service. Same with the small fleet of 180s in May 2023. That's because no one likes 180s. Because of reliability issues causing them to go nowhere. Soon arriving to Harrow Wealdstone, change here for London Underground, Bakerloo line, London Overground, and southern services to Shepherd's Bush, Kensington Olympia, West Brompton, Imperial Wharf and Clapham Junction. Also to Balham, Streatham Common, Norbury, Thornton Heath, Sellers and East Croydon during the week only. Going beneath the Metropolitan line and London's Aylesbury lines, having gone beneath the Chiltern main line earlier at Wembley Central. Seems to be going very slow today. Overtaken by an 11 car 390 to Birmingham New Street, I think. Edinburgh via Birmingham New Street.
There's a lot of change. Yeah, he's coming along the way. Yeah, we did interviews for that last week. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
We are now approaching Harrow Wealdstone. Change here for London Underground Bakerloo line services via Queen's Park and Paddington, and London Overground services to Wembley Central.
They both go to Wembley Central and Queen's Park. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. haven't heard the push chairs thing on the 350s, only 319s, only 730s, and anything with train effects. So 319s, 150s, 323s, and now withdrawn 230s. Maybe on the 172s and 196s as well over with West Midlands Railway. I mean, West Midlands trains operating as London Northwestern Railway and West Midlands Railway. Anyways, Harrow and Wealdstone change here for Bakerloo line, Overground and Southern services.
Hello. I'm on a train, so reception will be great.
I think I've done 3
That's right. 3 minutes past 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome aboard this
sometimes
London
it's just about
Northwestern
making
Railway
sure
service
that,
to Milton Keynes Central.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to finish.
The next stop will be Bushey.
So it's a bit tight to
Change for London Overground. Harrow and Wealdstone has Emma Hignett, who is due to be replaced by Atos, and in the next couple of months or so. Same with the other Overground stations.
The next stop will be Bushey.
The next stop will be Bushey.
And she was like, oh, do you want to book you the hotel now? And there was only 3 or 4 rooms left back, and that was back in July.
Overtaken by another Crewe.
Monday I've got 4.
Okay.
He wants to go to
I mean, the one before that one was probably going to Manchester Piccadilly via Stoke-on-Trent. That one just now is off to Edinburgh via Birmingham New Street, or just to Birmingham New Street, and not continuing to Edinburgh, Glasgow Central or Blackpool North.
driving into Exeter. He's getting the train back. Yeah, it's going to be a push because his train's to the rack. So it's fine if he's pushing. And you won't go to the other pubs. Yeah, no, I've done a route working with Tring. Yeah, what's the time zone? I was going to have a look.
Just now that was 390.046 with the 9 Sierra 70. Definitely to Edinburgh via Birmingham New Street. One before was 391.24 with the 1 Hotel 19 to Manchester Piccadilly. Just saw 390.119 on the other side, 1 Alpha 24 from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Thankfully, all train types on West Midlands trains have Julie Berry, apart from the 139s, which only have manual announcements or nothing at all, because it's only a short journey between Stourbridge Junction and Stourbridge Town. So the infamous 139s on the Stourbridge Town shuttle.
How many people do up to 4. So
The reason why I'm doing a 350 to Milton Keynes today is because of Class 150s have just re-entered service on the Bletchley to Bedford route, Marston Vale line. On Monday.
Yes, someone will be doing cocktails, someone will just do the laughs and names. Just trying to fix it all, it works as well. 5, just under 6 minutes last week.
Hoping to give the C2C 720 a try on Friday. It runs non-stop from West Ham to Upminster or Langdon.
It's just killing the volume. get
We are now approaching Bushey.
Change here for London Overground. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. You must buy a valid ticket before you get on one of our trains. If you do not show a valid ticket when asked, you may be liable to pay a penalty fare. Good thing all services operated by West Midlands Trains are standard class throughout, have been since the May timetable. 319's first class always ends up being declassified because of kids removing the first class labels. Bushey.
Yeah, just tweaking the layout and products.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central.
I know the brightness, yeah.
The next stop will be Watford Junction.
Watford Junction.
You've got something like that, where you'll get 6 people on a table in Central, and all come from. So they coordinate that all to the train. You need tickets or they'll somewhere down to 3 tables, which is like a train. You need the tickets for the trips.
You must buy a valid ticket before you get on one of our trains. If you do not show a valid ticket when asked, you may be liable to pay a penalty fare. Thank you. The next stop will be Watford Junction. Please note you cannot use Oyster or contactless payment cards after Watford Junction. Can I get out, please? Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
We are now approaching Watford Junction.
Change here for London.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Change here for London Overground and services to St Albans Abbey. Please note you cannot use Oyster or contactless payment cards after this station. If you attempt to use Oyster or contactless payment cards after this station, you may be liable to pay a penalty fare.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. We will be calling at King's Langley, Apsley, Hemel Hempstead, Berkhamsted, Tring, Cheddington, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley, and Milton Keynes Central.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Stop will be King's Langley.
Please stand clear of the doors. This train is ready to leave.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train. The next stop will be King's Langley.
Please note, Oyster and contactless pay-as-you-go are not valid on this service.
What time is the finishing? Because you use that for
Always busy between Watford Junction and Euston, as the vast majority are Oyster or contactless pay-as-you-go, and want a quicker journey between Euston, Harrow Wealdstone and Watford Junction that isn't the Overground. Or if there's problems on the Overground,
We are now approaching King's Langley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
so the pushchairs thing does play on the 350s. Maybe it's not at all stations. Because on the 319s and 730s it definitely plays at every station. And 323s, 150s and 230s.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. The next stop will be Apsley.
Apsley. Marston Vale line is not shown on this map because it's not
The
electrified.
next stop will be Apsley.
Cross City line isn't shown either because That route is only using 323s and will use 730s in the near future. No Birmingham to Hereford or Shrewsbury, Leamington, Spartan and Eton or Snow Hill lines on the maps, because obviously they are not electrified. And the Birmingham to Crewe via Cambridge Parkway and Stoke-on-Trent, they'll only run between Stafford and Crewe following May timetable. Following December timetable. Don't know why I said May timetable. Could try doing 319s again for one last ride. But I may not have to, as the 730s are more spacious.
We are now approaching Apsley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Also played on the 730s, but there's a newer version on the 730s. This is Euston to Tring, Euston to Milton Keynes, Abbey line, London Euston to Birmingham New Street via Northampton, it's London Euston to Crewe, Birmingham to Liverpool, West Midlands Railway, and Birmingham to Crewe via Cambridge Parkway and Stoke-on-Trent. Please mind the doors.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. The next stop will be Hemel Hempstead.
Hemel Hempstead.
The next stop will be Hemel Hempstead.
Some Euston to Tring services also call at Bushey, but not all of them do. .319s used to go to Northampton before the December 2022 timetable change.
We are now approaching Hemel Hempstead.
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. So the only West Midlands Railway services that 350s do are Birmingham International to Rugeley Trent Valley and Wolverhampton to Walsall via Birmingham New Street. Or Birmingham Crewe Street.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. The next stop will be Berkhamsted. The next stop will be Berkhamsted.
Overtaken by 390,039 on the other side.
Approaching Berkhamsted. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. In the event of emergency, open barrier to exit. What barrier?
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. Next stop will be Tring.
Tring. Another 390. Bless you. The next stop will be Tring. Three ninety 119 will do the 1330 from London Euston to Glasgow Central. As 1 Sierra 69. Doors will open on that side. So on the left hand side in the direction of travel. Thankfully this map shows all London Northwestern Railway routes. So Birmingham to Crewe, that'll become Stafford to Crewe following May timetable change.
Now approaching Tring. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Tring. Platforms 1 and 2 are the fast lines, only used when the slow lines are closed or in an emergency. Only fast train announcements play on platforms 1 and 2. Platform 3 towards Cheddington, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley and Milton Keynes. Platforms 4 and 5 towards Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, King's Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone and London Euston. Platform 4 is only used by trains terminating to and from London Euston.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. The next stop will be Cheddington. Next stop will be Cheddington.
Cheddington.
Lovely, thank you.
Shame it's not one of the brand new 7. Never mind.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Is it alright to bring bikes on this train? Is it alright to bring bikes on this train?
Yeah. It's only...
So I've ridden up, but I've left my bike here. I didn't know if I was allowed to bring it on.
It's only going into London. You can't travel into London before 10 o'clock.
Right, okay.
You can't get
To arrive?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then peak time in the evening, but that's just from Euston.
Okay.
So if you're travelling from Tring,
Yeah,
fine,
that's okay, is it?
Yeah.
But we're going out lunch.
Yeah. I think it's...
Okay.
I think it's between 5 and 7 peak time. But if you're not going into London, you're
Right. Is there a special place to put them?
There is. It's not this. Yeah, it's where it's under disabled children.
Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, it is like, okay.
Yeah.
Super.
All right.
Thank you very much. That's great. Thank you.
Still on time, thankfully. About 3 to 4 minutes late, not that much of a big deal. And tickets marked Avanti only are not valid on London Northwestern Railway services unless there is ticket acceptance in place. So tickets marked Avanti only, Transport for Wales only, or Northern only, East Midlands Railway only, or Transpennine Express only are not valid on these services unless ticket acceptance is in place. Or cross country only.
approaching Cheddington. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Thankfully, the guard was doing a full ticket check, especially after Watford Junction. So if it's the guard, then you may have to purchase a new ticket. But if there's revenue protection teams, you may be liable to pay a penalty fare.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. The next stop will be Leighton Buzzard.
Definitely better announcements than the 319s, because on the 319s they are difficult to hear both from Julie Berry and the guard, especially in the motor coach with all windows open. Might be better in any other carriage with the windows closed. As much as I love the 319s. On some 319s the announcements are too quiet that you can't hear them at all. The withdrawal date for the London Northwestern Railway 319s keeps changing, but I suspect that they'll last into the new year. Northern ones will most likely be withdrawn by 8th of December, but it could change. Shouldn't be long till we arrive into Leighton Buzzard. There are faster non-stop trains to Watford Junction or London Euston from Leighton Buzzard.
We are now approaching Leighton Buzzard.
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. Lots of short-formed 350s today. There'll be short-formed 350s for a while on the West Coast Main Line, whether it's Birmingham to Liverpool or anything to and from London Euston, or London Euston to anywhere. A penalty fare may be issued if you travel without a valid ticket, are unable to produce an appropriate rail card for a discount ticket, travel in first class with a standard class ticket, are aged 16 or over travelling on a child rate ticket, travel beyond the destination on your ticket, or on a train service where your ticket is not valid, or attempt to travel with Oyster or contactless pay-as-you-go in an area where it is not valid.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central. Next stop will be Bletchley.
Just like the 185s and 360s, you can only hear the buzzer to and from between the driver and guard if you're sat behind a driving cab. 380s have driver only or driver controlled operation most of the time, so you won't hear that on the 380s anytime soon. 444s and 450s, you can hear it anywhere, regardless of whether you're sitting behind the driving cab or not. As long as you're near the doors, because all sets of doors on the 444s and 450s have door control panels, such as if the train's calling at a station with short platforms, for example, Isleworth on the Hounslow Loop, which can fit 7 carriages on 450. If a 455 is stopping at those stations, then there is a designated stop marker for the 455s. Anyways, getting carried away, next stop will be Bletchley, change for services to Bedford, whether it's a Class 150 or a rail replacement bus. You might also see a Class 150 on driver or guard training. Replacement buses to Bedford both leave at the same time. There's one that stops at all stations, and there's one that only stops at Bow, Brick Hill, Woburn Sands, Ridgemont, Lidlington, Stewart B, Bedford St John's and Bedford. An hour and 5 minutes on the semi-fast replacement bus, and an hour and 25 on the all stops replacement bus, compared to the Class 150 where it takes about 45 minutes approximately. It used to be a Class 230 before Viva Rail entered administration in December 2022. That's why the Class 230s were withdrawn, for those who are unaware, and why 3 Class 150s from Northern had to be brought to the Marston Vale. They may not be perfect, but at least it's better than a replacement bus. Also nice seeing one on driver and or guard training. It's basically preparing guards or drivers for that route. Thankfully, the Class 230s with Transport for Wales are more reliable. In case they break down again, they have to use 230 on the Bidston to Wrexham route, alongside of 150 on Transport for Wales, Bidston to Wrexham Central. While the others rest in Birkenhead North Depot. Great Western Railway will definitely operate 230s if all goes well on the Greenford branch, and maybe the Windsor and Eton Central, Marlow and Henley-on-Thames branches as well. But we will find out eventually. Definitely better than a 350/2 with no tables at all, unless it's in the old first class area. In the area that used to be first class prior to May 2023.
We are now approaching Bletchley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Also, change here for services to Bedford. And this is where East-West Fail may run between Oxford and Cambridge if it ever happens. Another 390.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service to Milton Keynes Central only. The next stop will be Milton Keynes Central.
I see a 7:30 over in the distance. Wonder why we've stopped or slowed down. 7:30:007. 7:30:018. 3:52:56. 3:50:243. And 3:19:433. Apparently 3:19:219 is the next one to go to scrap. Most 319s have already been scrapped before the 730's introduction into service, either due to vandalism, faults or other issues. 380s can have guard operation, but they have driver only or driver controlled most of the time. Driver controlled as most services have ticket examiners on board, such as if someone gets on at a station without ticketing facilities whatsoever.
We are now approaching Milton Keynes Central, our final station. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
Change here for services to Northampton, Birmingham New Street and
Thank you for travelling with London Northwestern Railway.
Crewe. 390,004. 39104, departing Milton Keynes Central for London Euston, calling at Watford Junction and London Euston. From Birmingham New Street, I think. This is Milton Keynes Central, our final station. Thank you for travelling with London Northwestern Railway. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.